All right, today's lesson is kind of a one-off on repetitive licks. I had a student ask me about ways of creating tension while they're working on some rock soloing, because the solos, with a minor pentatonic scale that he was using, everything just kind of was like, just kind of meandering on. And you notice one of the things that I like to do when I play is I tend to play a lot of phrases where I'll repeat licks a lot, or simple ideas. Those sorts of things to create some tension. You almost get the listener thinking, when is this going to end? And then kind of continue on from there. So we're going to have a couple of just different real stock ideas that you can use just to kind of spice up your rock playing a little bit. On the kind of a side note, today was the passing of Les Paul, so I figured I'd play my Les Paul today. Just another. Anyway, besides that, we're going to be playing our E minor pentatonic scale. All right. So what we have, just for you guys, if you don't know, it's the home position, 12th fret. We're going at 12 and 15 on the 6th string, 12 and 14 on the 5th, 4th, 3rd strings, 12 and 15 on the 2nd and 1st strings. Right, and we're just going to be doing some real simple, repetitive kind of rock licks. They'll also work in a lot of blues stuff as well. One of the ones that was like, when I first started playing guitar, that was kind of like the cliche that everybody used, was this guy. And basically what you're doing is you're starting on the 1st string, 12th fret. You're doing a pull off on the 2nd string, 12 or 15 to 12, and then you're playing the 14th fret on the 3rd string. Then usually you're doing a bend. Right, and sometimes people go down in pitch and then up. The 12th fret on the 2nd string, 12th fret on the 1st string. Now, if you notice, even though it's a 4-fret reach, I'm not using my pinky on that. Later on, we get into wider stretches, I'll start using the 4th finger. If you've worked through my book, you've seen that I'm very adamant about people using specific fingerings for certain things, and that's partially to get people used to using all of their fingers. For something like this, though, we're dealing kind of with like a rock blues vocabulary. Very Clapton-y almost, and really you want your strong finger doing those bends. Right, and the 2nd finger also kind of works real well for that too. If I was doing it with the pinky, I can do it because I've been playing a long time, but to me that's a lot harder movement to make than that. Especially a lot of times what you'll do is you'll take this lick and end it with the bend right there. Bending with the 4th finger, not quite so easy. All right, so that's our first lick. Just the going down in pitch, and then the going down and then up. So you got those two variations, and then it usually sounds pretty cool. Like, just going real fast with it. All right. Once again, these things are all in tab on my website. There's a graphic at the beginning and the end of the video. It's got the web address for it. So we've got everything written out for you, both tab and standard notation. The next one, and this one is actually, this is like one of my favorite like little micro Van Halen licks, and it has nothing to do with any of the tapping stuff, but it comes from the same family of like Clapton-y blues licks. You've got the 12th fret, and you're hammering on the 15th and then pulling off. So it's just one pick stroke, hammer and pull, and then you're playing the 14th fret. Right, you always want to speed up. Now the picking on that, because I'm playing between the 2nd and 3rd strings, I'm actually doing inside picking. I'm picking between the strings. So I'm picking down on the 2nd string, and then I'm picking up on the 3rd string. Right, that allows me to basically be a lot quicker. If I was trying to pick up Yeah, that just makes it a little bit more difficult. One of the things that I like to do with that one is I'll actually put the 17th fret with the pinky. So it's the same lick, but he goes 12, 15, 12, then 14 on the 3rd string, and then on the 2nd string you go 12, 17. You get that reach right there. All right, so there's another variation on that. All right, now the next batch of the next 2 licks that we're going to do, these are some of my the ones I use way too much. On my album Desert Center, there's a song called Onion Girl, and the lick goes. And the idea here is that we're playing most of this melody on the 1st string, and we've got the note on the 2nd string that kind of stays static. We're doing a pull off. We're going 12 or 15 to 12 on the 1st string, and then playing 12 on the 2nd string. And that by itself makes it pretty good. That's kind of a Jimmy Page kind of thing right there. What we're going to do is we're going to take that idea, and we're going to take the note that we're playing with our 3rd finger. We're going to move it around. So you got 15, 12 on the 1st string, 12 on the 2nd, 14, 12 on the 1st string, and then 12 on the 2nd, and then 17, 12 on the 1st string, and then 12 on the 2nd. And then I like to put this. Alright, the last part right there is I'm going 14, 15, 14, and 12 on the 1st string. I guess I'm hitting the 12th fret on the 2nd string twice there. Alright, so, and doing it quick. And you can, that's one of those ones you can just repeat a bunch, and it's just nice. It creates a lot of tension, but it sits in one place. It's not like you're just going up and down a scale. You know, you're just kind of sitting in one place playing this lick. The note here, this is actually not in the pentatonic scale. Obviously, that's out of the E minor scale in that position, but it works. You know, because a minor pentatonic scale is basically a minor scale without the 2nd and 6th notes. The last lick I'm going to give you is kind of a variation of that, and what we've got here is in the key of E major. We've got, just on these 2 strings, we've got the major scale starting on the B. We're going 12, 14, 16, 12, 14, 16, and then 17. Really what we're using most of this here, this is all E major, is the same idea as what we're doing for the minor lick. Alright, this is very similar to a lick I do on Empty Town on the same album. I'll try and have excerpts on my webpage of each of these songs so you can kind of hear examples of them. With this one though, because it's a major, E major sound, and it's we've got, instead of the G, which makes everything minor, we've got the G sharp, which is the difference between a major and a minor chord. So you're going 16 to 12 on the 1st string, and then 12 on the 2nd string. 14, 12 on the 1st string, and then 12 on the 2nd. 17 to 12 on the 1st, and then 12 on the 2nd. All right, and then 16 to 12. So you do it like that, like the other lick, or just. So it just kind of rolls through. All right, so experiment with those, and hopefully have some fun with them.